Thom kali ini. Oh, ini dia 3 lawan 3 Profesor Thom HAYE.
Welcome at a new episode of the HAYE WAY, episode 3. Thom, we're back in the studio.
Can't believe it's already episode 3, Neil.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable how many people watched the last episode.
I think overwhelming is the
right word.
It was crazy.
Terima kasih for everyone watching, everyone sending us so much messages and mentioning us. We were even trending in Indonesia.
Yeah, I got so many messages. Trending.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that already the second episode would reach a big audience like this, but
we're overwhelmed.
Yeah, it was really overwhelming.
And we really feel the love. We're really happy with all the positive messages we're receiving. Only thing is,
you received some stats.
We received some stats, and it's really weird because, like, our episode, so many people watching, but only 15% are subscribed. And maybe it's good to tell the people. It really helps us. Just subscribe. It's free.
That's the important thing. It's free to subscribe, and it would help the channel a lot to grow.
Because also you're never going to miss any episodes anymore, or short videos we're posting. Maybe in the future, some vlogs. There's more to come in the future.
Exactly. So, we appreciate everything a lot.
Yeah.
And please subscribe to the channel as well. Yeah. And one other thing to mention maybe is that we're also live every week on Spotify.
That's a good thing, yeah.
So if you're not able to watch the YouTube channel, or you need to travel, or you're on the road or something,
or you're working out in the gym,
exactly,
and you
want
have to focus, you just can listen.
Yes, so we would also suggest to have a look at Spotify.
Yeah,
and I think that's about it about the social media.
And if you're not
follow the Instagram channel.
How is it possible? Because we're celebrating not only that you have more than 2 million followers. I'm getting close, Thom. I'm getting close. I nearly got. No, I passed the 5,000 mark, so I'm very.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So I'm getting close to the 2 million from Thom.
And from the HAYE WAY, we are looking for the 100K.
We're only on 40K. How is that possible?
I don't know, but maybe after this call-up,
and it's important,
will grow
Thom.
Quick.
If you're not subscribed on our YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed on our Insta, you don't make a chance
on the giveaway.
On a giveaway.
Yes,
it's the last week for the giveaway.
Exactly. There are a few more days left.
Yeah.
If you want to know exactly what you need to do, you can check out my Instagram because all the details are there. But 2 things you have to do is follow the HAYE WAY and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Yeah. And in the next podcast, we will announce 3 winners for the match-worn shirts. So, it's an easy way to get a chance to win the jerseys.
Yeah, and I'll be really honest with you, with the listeners, with the viewers. I didn't even get a shirt from Thom.
Really exclusive. It's not for everyone.
It's for the listeners, the viewers. I'm going to give away 3 shirts signed, and you have to wait, Neil. So
Neil is asking me for months already.
Yeah, but I'm not getting it. So that's all the stuff about subscribing. I think everyone knows. This episode, we're going to talk about match day preparation. How does that feel for you? How that's been developing during your career. But first, any other stuff? Because people ask.
Maybe one more thing also that of course we get a lot of requests as well for people are curious who the guests are going to be. We're busy on the background.
Yeah.
We can promise that a lot of guests are coming in the upcoming episodes.
Yeah.
Divided over the episodes. We won't say too much now, but we're actually listening to all the feedback we get. So don't worry.
And what I think is really cool is that also a couple of your teammates are listening from the national team.
Yes.
That's really funny, cool to see, right?
Yeah, for example, this morning, Kevin Dix, he sent me the picture. He was in the car.
And he listened the whole episode.
Spotify.
On Spotify. And he listened the whole episode we saw.
Yeah, or he maybe...
Yeah, so terima kasih, Kevin. We really appreciate it. Then something else? Have you because it's getting colder, not in Indonesia, but it's getting colder in Holland. Are there stuff you're doing now at night instead what you're doing in the summer?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's funny to say. Here in the Netherlands during winter time.
Yeah.
Of course, it's getting way colder than in Indonesia.
I don't think the people in Indonesia know how cold it gets here.
When I arrived in Amsterdam after the last round of the World Cup qualification, I was still only in my t-shirt because I forgot to pack a jacket or something in my luggage, and I needed to run to the car because it was snowing.
It was snowing.
So that's how big the difference is. So during this period, we're a lot of times more inside, watching series, movies, and we have a little bit of tradition at home that we watch the whole Harry Potter series.
Really?
Together. Yeah, in the last month of the year.
Really?
For a lot of movies. So
you do it every year.
Yeah. It's something.
I have never watched
bit our own tradition. No?
I have. My girlfriend, she went crazy when I first met her that I never watched the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, it's a really fun series to watch.
Have you read also all the books?
No, I'm not a big reader. I like to watch series and movies, but I'm not.
So that's
really,
the thing. So you're watching Harry Potter. Yeah, I think it's a good thing because we discussed at home also that you shouldn't watch series when the weather is nice. You should only watch series during the winter when it's cold, right? Because when it's nice weather, you're outside.
Yeah, a lot of the times, yes, but if you're tired or you want to rest, it's always nice to put on a series.
So I'm really excited.
So actually, you're saying in Indonesia they can never watch series because the weather is nice.
Yeah, no, because no, you're right. Yeah, no, but have you watched Suits?
Yes, of course.
You know, there's
multiple times.
New season coming, eh?
No, I didn't know that.
And Harvey Specter is going to be in 3 episodes. It's going to be Suits in LA. So the previous series was in New York, and it's going to be LA in next year. It's going to be I
hope they
Netflix.
can back up what they already performed.
I'm really happy that Harvey Specter is going to be included. For the people who haven't watched Suits, it's about a law firm in New York. Really, really cool series. I think it's 8 or 9 seasons, and I really, really loved it. And next year it's going to be Suits LA. So I'm really, really excited. And I think we have to clear up something about the last episode. We were talking about Bibi. That's your girlfriend. Bibesh is her name.
Yeah, I was just talking like naturally.
Like how we talk
Bibi,
about
yes.
Bibi. Yeah.
But maybe for the bigger audience, not everything is... Not like
Look how cute you are. This is a really good picture of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You have a good character.
Yes, exactly.
She's beautiful and you have a good character.
Exactly. No, but actually, the last week it was a little bit serious topic.
Yeah.
Of course.
Her youngest son.
Actually, her name is Bibesh.
Yeah.
But we call her Bibi. So everyone knows. And maybe also a good thing to say is that I met Bibi more than 4 years ago.
Yep.
So we're already together for a long time. And she has 2 young boys, which are not actually my kids.
Yeah.
But we're already living together for a long time. So we're starting to be a family as well, of course.
Yeah.
And the news I thought last episode was a bit upsetting because the youngest boy
was very sick. He was in the hospital.
Was very sick in the hospital.
How's he doing right now?
He's doing better. He's at home, so that's of course nice to be.
That's good news. Yeah.
Together and he's home. He still needs to take it really easy and recover, but he's getting better day by day. So we're really grateful for that.
Yeah.
And I'm also really grateful, and I appreciate all the messages I've received, and even Bibi told me as well on her Instagram she also received a lot of messages. I think it's good to tell everyone so maybe the people understand a little bit more about our home situation.
I met. I think it was a couple of months during the summer. I met Bibesh for the first time, or Bibi or Beeps, how we were gonna call her on the podcast.
Yeah, because the fun thing is we were getting together to have lunch and to talk over some stuff.
Yeah.
And she was with me, and then actually we thought it would take only like 1 hour or something, and at the end we ended up calling
My girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to ask if she wanted to have dinner with us because we were still talking, and
Yeah.
I think we spent like 5-6 hours.
Yeah, on the same table. It was a great
Yeah.
afternoon. We had a great time. You have a fantastic girlfriend. The funny thing I really like about her is she has a great big heart, but she is also she really can handle you. So if you talk bullshit,
I think it's almost like
right?
the other way around a little bit. I think Bibi is has a lot of energy in
Yeah,
a positive way, and I think she's one of the sweetest persons
Yeah,
I've
she
ever
is
met,
really, yeah.
with a really big heart. But she has also some fire in her as well, and I'm always a little bit calmer. So yeah, it's a fun dynamic.
And you have to tell her every time we call about during the week about the podcast, she's in the background and she's always giving advice, right? You guys should do this. You guys should do
If
this.
people think that I have a strong opinion,
She has a strong opinion, and but to be
we have
honest,
to ask her.
she always listens, but she has great advice always. Oh, maybe guys, you can do this, you can do that, and
That's the funny thing. She likes to share that a lot, but
Yeah.
she's also someone she doesn't like attention very much.
Yeah.
So she's really comfortable on the background.
yeah. But maybe we should have her one day on the podcast. How would that be?
I think it would be fun. Maybe
I-
we can ask the
Oh, that would be great.
the people who are watching if they think it's fun to get to know her more in the podcast.
I would love that to do that. So that's in the future, and it's also good for people. If you sometimes we're just like we're talking like friends. We have similar friends, or I think in the first podcast we had about Vincent, and it was Vincent Janssen. I think you added Janssen, but sometimes we will just call someone by the first name
Yeah.
because it's one of our friends or people who we know. And if you don't understand or you think, hey, can you tell us a little bit more about it? Just write a message, and you see people ask more about the situation about BB last week. And
That's the easy thing about having a weekly podcast.
it is,
That
yeah,
you can always react quickly
yeah.
or
And
share something.
I thought I forgot the name who sent me that, and I thought that was really nice. He said, it just feels like two friends who are talking, and I'm sitting with you.
Friends?
Yeah. Oh. Tom is making a joke. Okay. No, but and he said, I'm just sitting there listening, like you are my friends.
Ah, that's nice to hear.
Yeah. So I hope that's the vibe, and especially if you are making comments like this, like you just made.
Let's forget about that.
Let's start talk about the subject of the day, about match day preparation. It's something I think it's really interesting because, of course, I've been, in this world, in the football world over the last 15, 16 years. So you talk to people, but I think it's still for a lot of people a mystery how you prepare for games, and not even on match day, but the days before. So let's dig into that.
I think it will be not a mystery, but I can obviously tell about my preparation, but it's going to be totally different for someone else. So it will always be different with everyone. I
But
think.
if we go back, you're old, but old.
I'm getting older, yes.
Yeah. Do you remember how you prepared for your first game at AZ? When you
No, this is
Really
too far back in time. But
but I
one
can,
thing to start with
Yeah.
is what I know now is the older I got, the more relaxed I became in my preparation before the game. So when I was younger, Yeah, it was almost not healthy, I think. And I hear this, I hear this a lot with a lot of young players, that yeah, because of the tension,
Yeah.
the games in your head, you're making it really big. Of course, it's important, but you also know there is more in life than one game. Though the game in the weekend is not deciding the rest of your life,
Mhm.
but when you're younger, it's hard to see through that.
Mhm.
So
See the bigger picture.
yes, exactly. You only see one game ahead, and you really have the feeling if I don't perform, a lot of negativity. You're thinking about the consequences. You're making everything big,
Yeah.
and the older you get, the easier it gets to like what you said. Look at the bigger picture, and of course, you do everything to perform well,
Yeah.
but you also know that after this game, life continues.
Yeah, yeah. And there's another podcast waiting for you.
Exactly.
No, but so it's more like you said, when I was younger, I was really nervous. Is that something like the night before you couldn't sleep or didn't sleep very well when you were younger?
For me, it was not about the fact that I couldn't sleep, but I was, for example, after the last training, the day before the game, I would just lock myself up at
Really?
home. Yeah, I thought I cannot see everyone I see is a distraction.
Wow.
Yeah,
You would
with
just
food, even like little bit neurotic.
yeah.
Like every day before the game, you try to do the exact things like you always do, because you had the feeling if I don't do the same thing,
Yeah.
something goes wrong. And that was even till like the kickoff of the game. So going to the stadium, preparing in the dressing room, flip-flops need to be exactly on the same spot. If someone hits the flip-flops and you come back and they are not on the same spot,
Yeah? You would go mad?
it's gonna be a hard game.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, but it's
So
now
what did you do?
now we can laugh about it, but that's why I said with maybe it's not healthy, because if you're busy with all these things,
You
it's
still do
also a
that?
distraction. No, not anymore.
Oh. So tell me, so you had the flip-flops, first left sock?
Yeah, so maybe I start with like one thing that has never changed is the night before a game I eat pasta.
What kind of pasta?
When I was younger, I could only eat pasta bolognese, but when I'm now
You know there's more pastas than pasta bolognese.
yeah,
now.
which I eat on other moments, but that was always the thing. The
Did you
night
make it
before the
yourself?
game. No, when I was younger, my mother always made it for me.
Okay.
And yeah, there are a lot of good Italian restaurants in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So then when I got older, I just chose like one spot I really loved, and I would take it there every week. So every week they
would you eat it at the restaurant, or would you do it
No,
takeaway?
no, because I wouldn't leave the house.
You would order.
Yes. And then, yeah, you're laughing, but when you're younger, it's hard, huh?
Yeah.
And yeah, one thing I always did was day before the game,
Yeah.
or the game day,
Yeah.
I wake up, but I just had my normal breakfast and stuff.
What was that
But-
breakfast?
You want to know
Yeah.
everything in detail?
Yeah. No, but was it always the same? That's what I mean. Was it always yogurt or
No.
something?
No, it depends. It was
Okay.
not that strict, but there was one thing that for me was really important, and it sounds a little bit weird. Normally in the morning when you wake up, I take a fresh shower
Yeah.
immediately. But on game day, I always waited with the shower like 45 minutes before I had to leave. Because I always, for myself, had the feeling from the moment I'm making myself fresh, I'm getting the shower, doing my hair, I was like, I'm ready, you know?
Oh, so you could be the whole day without showering before you would go to a game?
Yeah, but I would just be at home, so it didn't
Yeah.
really matter.
No, but okay.
I
think
would
it's
do some
interesting.
refreshments in the morning, of course, but
yeah.
it was like a switch. The switch turned on.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but
No,
it was
no,
like
no. I
I
get
was
it.
like, from the moment I thought, okay, now I'm going to prepare for the game.
Yeah.
I put on loud music,
Yeah.
and then started my routine. And then I knew from the moment, then I'm dressed, and I know there's only one thing. I step in the car, and
What would you do in the car? Same playlist?
not same playlist. The only thing I always had was I put on loud music because I was
Not my podcast. You didn't listen to my podcast.
no, because then I would fall asleep. No, but your podcast wasn't released yet. Otherwise, of course, I would only listen to your podcast. But I but I would always put on, and I still
Loud
do that
music.
before a game. I
Yeah.
put on loud music because I want to get in a focus, but
Yeah.
also that my body feels like that it's turned on,
Yeah.
switched on.
I think it's really interesting because I remember when I was younger and playing, I would always like, if I would play on Saturdays, I would start with my preparation on after Thursday training on to eat on Thursday already pasta and Friday pasta. So I would eat 2 days.
Yeah, so it's not that weird to.
No. And of course when something is working for you, you'll stick with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's for sure. But now when I get older, for example, I thought like, because if you live like this,
Yeah.
the day before the game, you can do nothing.
No, yeah.
Because
true.
you train and you're home.
Yeah.
But also when you have a game at 9 o'clock in the evening, game day is also gone because you're only inside. And now, because I got more relaxed and I trust in my own qualities. For example, if I have a game at 9 in the evening,
Mhm.
I can say to Bibi, let's get some breakfast somewhere, or
Yeah.
take a walk in the city, or
Yeah.
relax a little bit more instead of only being tensed and focused on the game.
When did
How is it for you when you have like an important
like
show
for
or
today?
no
For this podcast.
No. But for example, you were in New York
Yeah.
with UFC, and then you have
Yeah,
the night of the fight.
Yeah, so it is difficult. So what we do is, it's difficult because your body is still on Dutch time. Even after a week, I still feel it. But then normally I would start during fight night. I think our program starts at 9:30, so at night. But we would be at the arena sometimes at 4 o'clock already, because we would do a presentation. Already record that, send it back to Holland, that they already have it, so we can start the show. So then I have time in between, and I go back to the hotel. So because I feel if I'm at say Madison Square Garden, I'll be there from 4:30 until 9:30. It's 5 hours. I cannot get my focus because you know me.
Yeah.
I get really easy distracted. I talk to this person. I make a chat with this person.
So
You
you actually you need some time in between to.
So for me, it's very difficult because I can't focus. I really have difficulties focusing, and I have to do 5 hours of live television.
Yeah.
And so the thing for me is I really need to get into in a zone, into a focus. And the best thing for me is that to be on my own in my hotel room, and then read the last preparations and just relax. And that can be watch a series or just lie on bed, play Football Manager. All things that makes me really chill. And then I go to the venue. And the funny thing is, people always think I'm so relaxed and how I own, but that's really also, I think it's really important if I'm the host that I show that I'm comfortable, that I'm relaxed, because other people see that also. So
but that's for me, I think the most difficult thing for me is, in that moment would be knowing that you need to interview like big athletes, famous people live.
Yeah.
That thought drives me crazy.
So I did the Olympics, and I did 2 times. I I interviewed a lot of Dutch athletes, but 2 times were really interesting. I did 3x3 basketball
Yes.
when they got gold.
Yeah.
They came directly to me, and Sifan Hassan, who won the women's marathon, and I did also a live interview with her. And so the guy who's responsible behind the camera, Bruce, who's also a really good friend of mine, he said these are the moments that you are the best at, because it's not scripted. You just go with the flow. So the funny
So
thing,
that's actually your quality.
I think is because I don't interview like the traditional media.
Yeah.
Because if you win a gold medal at the Olympics, you and we are the first you talk to, you can only do 90 seconds because they have to go back to the stage, get the medal and everything. So Sifan Hassan, I had 90 seconds, but I asked her, I really said, what did you just do? What are you doing? That was my first question. And then she said, yeah, la, la, la. And she kept talking. But then somebody from the organization came, and he
Grabbed
was
her.
grabbing on my shirt, but
Ah.
nobody could see it because I was interviewing and he was on the ground. And then I interviewed because she had to leave.
Ah, okay.
Hey, and I thought, hey, this is a great interview. So I kept the
Kept on
microphone
going.
6 minutes. 6 minutes,
Really?
Sifan Hassan, yeah.
You're the worst nightmare.
Yeah, for
Of-
the organization. But it was a great, and I have it once in my life. I had that I thought, okay, now I'm really gonna screw it. It was 2016. I think I started live television. I did 2 shows before. I had to do a live show in Ahoy in Rotterdam.
Yes.
So it's a big venue in Amsterdam.
Really
Yeah.
big. Yes.
And it was the first time UFC was in Holland. It was UFC Rotterdam in Ahoy. And it was the day that Ajax didn't win the title against the Graafschap.
Yeah,
it
the
was
away
that day.
game. Yeah.
It was a really strange days in Holland. So everything happened, and then at night I had to do a live show. So the thing was, football just ended, and I had to do a live bit on television. Hey, now football's over. We're going to do UFC. I had never done that before. It was on Fox Sports. So the people said, to make it easy for me, Neil, we're going to record it and we're going to play it out like it's live. I thought, oh, that's nice. It's not live, so I can pretend it's live. So I was standing there and waiting, and somebody in my ear was talking, okay, and then we're going to record it. And then suddenly I heard 1 minute. So I didn't know it was for me because I said 1 minute, okay. 20 seconds. And then he said, Neil, in 10 seconds we're live and you have to do your bit live on television.
So it was like a shock.
5, 4, and then...
I think I would run away. I would run away.
Tom,
I would run away.
Tom, I thought... I was looking at the camera, 3, 2, 1, and I thought, what if I don't say anything right now? I said like, it was not millions, I think 500,000 people were watching. I thought, what if and then I just said, hey, welcome from Rotterdam tonight, UFC Rotterdam. It's going to be a big event. We're so excited. Let's go. That's what I said. Like 7 seconds and we went live and the show started.
Crazy.
But that's the only time I had in my head what would happen.
But the funny thing also in football, I think with a lot of players, you actually see that the more time they have to think, the
Of
harder
course.
it gets for them. So because football can be so naturally for a lot of players.
I don't think that there are a lot of football players who are better if they have time. I cannot name them. I can name a lot of players who, if they have time, they will screw it.
Yeah.
They will miss the chance because they're overthinking, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of times with like the really creative players. I think also with attackers in general. Yeah, lot of times they're more opportune. They just go, they get in an action and they just go. But from the moment they have to think.
But
the
I think
thinking is more for the defenders or for the defensive midfielders.
like for you it's different because your free kick is a real weapon for you. But I think if you're around the box and you get the ball, you don't think, it's natural for you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But Yeah, it's funny. I think it's similar. TV and football work. The only difference is that you run around for 90 minutes, yell at people, shoot at goal, be happy or don't be happy, and I'm just always the same.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's
And there's
no
one
result.
thing for me about the food, because we talked about the pasta.
Are there stuff you don't eat?
Yeah. One thing I'm avoiding by all times is fish.
Same for me.
Because like I like fish. I eat fish a lot. So in normal life it's no problem.
Yeah.
But the bad food experiences I had, like there aren't many, but
Tell us.
they have been with fish.
Really?
Yeah, if fish is not,
But really sick also.
yeah, or like a food poisoning.
That's
You know?
really sick.
Yeah. So I just said to myself, I'm just avoiding that.
Yeah.
And actually also I don't eat a lot of meat day
No?
before the game.
Why
No,
not?
because I just stick to the
Pasta.
carbs. Yeah, pasta, pancakes.
Yeah. I thought that was.
But especially fish,
Yeah.
like that's the only thing I still have when I see someone else or a teammate
eating
is
fish.
eating fish a day before the game.
You will go over and tell him.
No, because I think for everyone it's different. I don't want to give someone a bad feeling or thought if he doesn't experience it, because for someone else it can work. Maybe there are people who say I need to eat fish otherwise. So we don't know that, but yeah, for me I'm not comfortable if I see someone eat fish a day before the game.
But I also like. I don't think. You are allowed to eat fish, right? It's not in your contract.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm more. I like, especially when I.
He's laughing on the background.
It's Noah, a social media guy, and sometimes you will hear this in the background. That's Noah. But I think it's my responsibility if I'm traveling, if I'm in Abu Dhabi, in Paris, or in New York. If I get sick, there's nobody else to host it.
Yes. But the hard thing with this is, and also in football, is they also want you to perform on your highest level.
Yeah.
And that's also with the match day preparation.
Yeah.
The evening before or the day of the game.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone it's really different. So you cannot really, as a coach, you cannot say, for example, don't listen to loud music. Or when they put music in the dressing room, they cannot say, put it out because you need to focus. Because a lot of players, for example, the silence can be more killing. Because then you start to think, or you playing scenarios in your head which are negative. So that's why it's so important for everyone that you can have your own preparation.
But like when you played in Italy, your preparation was totally different than now, right? You would go more often in a hotel, right?
Yeah, so actually in every country it's different.
Yeah.
In the Netherlands, 90% of the games you sleep at home the day before the game. And in Italy, it's like really normal. I think there isn't a club who doesn't do it. That always the day before the game, you sleep together in a hotel. So actually you have that's a little bit the same experience as if you're in the national team.
Yeah.
You're together in the hotel, you breakfast, lunch and dinners together. You still have choices in food, but yeah, those are the choices you have.
Yeah.
But actually, the food is a little bit the same everywhere day before the game.
So I was thinking the closest I got to a national team was when I was press officer from the under 19. You didn't play that tournament. You were not allowed. I think it was in Lithuania, 2013.
We were with AZ Alkmaar the preparation of the new season.
Gert-Jan Verbeek didn't allow you,
They
right?
They wanted me to be in the first,
I know.
at the first team.
So I went with them to Lithuania, and then I saw how a national team prepares and with the food and stuff, and it's just really interesting to see. But also now, how different is it for you, your preparation at Almere than at the national team? Is it big, the difference?
No, I think I tried to do the same things. It doesn't really matter anymore. The only different thing is that the day before the game I arrange my own food
All right.
because I will stay at home.
Did you have...
Or arrange. I don't need to arrange. Bibi makes the best pasta in the world.
All right. So if she ever comes here, she should take the pasta with her. The other thing is, remember when you... I don't know if you said it in our first episode or in the pilot we did, that the best satay you eat in the hotel in Jakarta.
Yeah,
Did you have it last time?
of course.
What's the name? Who
No.
prepares it? You know that?
I don't know, but it's
Hey.
just we stay at the Fairmont Hotel in
Yeah.
Jakarta.
And the satay?
I said to you, to my family, the first thing I always do when I arrive, I order room service because I need to eat the nasi goreng with the satay ayam. I always it's becoming a tradition.
But it's also match day preparation.
It's like immediately when I eat it, I feel at home again in Jakarta. you
That's
know?
just great. That is really nice. Are you a gangmaker if you get in the dressing room at the match day with the music?
No, when I was younger, I liked it to have control.
Be the DJ?
So
DJ
or I would
Haye!
or I would be the
DJ Haye! Or DJ Tommy.
No, shut up. I would.
This is the highway.
I think we should cancel the podcast. I could be the DJ as well, or I put in my own music. And for me now, it doesn't matter anymore.
Who's the
So-
DJ at the national team?
That's a good question. I think the last games, Marcelino was the DJ.
And what kind of tunes does he play?
Honestly, I don't know where he
Because-
gets it from, but
Oh, is it bad?
there's more like there's no line in the music. Like
So it
we
goes-
can be on hip hop
Yeah.
and then like a good Brazilian samba song. You know,
DJ
but at least
Lino!
he gets everyone in a good spirit.
Yeah.
Um,
Or do you listen to your own music? Do you have headphones?
no, I listen to my own music heading to the game.
Okay.
So in the bus or if we are traveling,
And what do you
I
listen?
like to play my own music. It really depends on my mood.
Okay.
It's because sometimes I'm already feeling like I'm in a really good vibe, and I think I'm just gonna listen to some nice Spanish songs, just a
Yeah.
little bit to relax because I'm feeling really good. And sometimes I think like this game is so important. I need to hype myself up a little bit because I need to be more ready. So I play more like hip hop or harder music. So actually,
Do you have your own
depends.
playlist?
I have a lot of own playlists. You can follow them on
Really?
Spotify as well. Yes.
But should we make the HAYE WAY playlist that we will each week we'll add a song if you want to get into the mood for a game or an important presentation.
Maybe it's
or-
also nice that if the listeners like a song, they send the song as well.
They can send us. Yeah, that's
Maybe
a good
we
one.
should make the HAYE WAY podcast list on Spotify in that way.
Yeah.
So we have
that-
and the HAYE WAY list, and it's easy to listen to the podcast as well
That's
on
really good.
Spotify.
And then every week we will choose one suggestion of the listener.
No, let's put 3 because then the list expands a little bit quicker.
You want to make a really big list.
Yeah, it's nice to put it on shuffle
Okay.
and then
I'm
hear
gonna
all the
write down.
different songs.
So every week 3 songs. Okay,
Yeah.
suggested by the listeners, huh?
Yes.
And it's important. I think this playlist is something you listen to when you want to get in a good mood. So you want to, you have exam at school. You want to have a big presentation at work. you
Or
have
maybe you just want to start the day
good
with
in a
good
good
feelings.
vibes.
Yes,
Good
exactly.
vibes.
Just put on
The
the HAYE WAY
highway,
playlist.
the highway playlist from DJ Tommy.
No, shut up.
Oh,
Hey, dit knippen we eruit hoor. Dit kan echt niet, man.
he just said to our social media guy, we have to cut this, and I don't think so. All right, and maybe it's also a good suggestion for DJ Lino for the next time for the national team when he.
Maybe yes. Let's see what they come up with.
So what the big difference is for me as an amateur player and coach, and for you is that you walk onto the field before a game starts. I think that's an hour before you, an hour and a half, you get on the field.
Yeah, for the
What
warm-up.
do you guys do? You walk on the field, you feel the grass a little bit, look into the stands.
No. Actually, with the national team, we always take a moment together before we step on the pitch. To pray together.
Oh, really?
And say some things to each other.
And where do you
about
do
the
that?
game.
Is that in?
Just on the sideline.
All right.
And then after we step onto the pitch
Mhm.
and we prepare for the game. And actually in Almere, we have the same moment, but before we go out before the start of the game. So after the warm up.
You're in a circle together with
You say the last things, and also actually we do the same with the national team before the game, but then we do the last moment inside the dressing room.
All right. Yeah.
And then we go out.
Yeah. And then on the field is because you always see it on television. The players are on the field.
It's like
feeling the grass.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see the other team shake hands with the other team.
What I always do before the game is I'm checking the condition of the grass, no matter where it is, because it's a small detail, but for me, it's important to know what to expect. So I always take a moment for that before changing, because a lot of times when you arrive, you have some time to go on the pitch or do something else to prepare. So I always go on the pitch and check the grass, take my own moment, think a little bit about what the game is going to ask. So I'm prepared for what's coming. And then it's normal preparation in the dressing room, go out, warm up. And actually doing the warm up, it's always nice because then I'm focused on my warm up, but you have a little bit more time to look around and enjoy the atmosphere as well.
Do you listen to the music?
In the Netherlands, a lot of times there's music before the game in the stadiums.
Yeah.
In the GBK, we don't need music.
No, I saw some videos. That's
no,
crazy,
but it's really nice. I take in the atmosphere, look around. I take a lot of energy from that as well. And then during the game, sometimes I hear the crowd, or of course when we score a goal, we celebrate. But then it's like you're in such a big focus that you're more focused on what's happening really on the pitch, not
People
around you.
thought it was so funny that when you explained in the last episode about Saudi Arabia that you didn't hear the coaching.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they said, "Oh, we're so sorry, we're so loud." People reacted at the episode. Is there also something like you always do when you start the game? So when I was younger, my coach always said, I played also in midfield, the first 2-3 balls, take it easy, get a feeling of the ball, make it good passes.
The only thing I do right before the kickoff is, it's gonna sound really stupid again, but I always hit my legs really hard with my hands, my calves, my upper legs, like.
Really?
Yeah, I try to hit myself as hard as possible because, in the past, I don't know, I read it in an interview like I think longer than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But there was a player that was doing it because he said, then my legs are ready for the first contact.
Wow.
And for the impact from the first duels, hard duels, because.
But how hard do you hit yourself?
Yeah, as hard as possible.
I've never seen this.
I always do it right before the kickoff, and actually I think it really helps me because also it gives your body a signal to switch on for the last time. Switch on. You get hard impact. Your legs feel strong.
But do you also do it in your face? So?
No, it's more about the legs because yeah, it's hard to explain, but in the first duels, you feel really strong if you do it.
I see it in UFC. I see it sometimes that they hit each other. Like
Yeah,
the
so
coaches in the
probably it's a
face.
little bit has the same effect
I don't
because
know why I
you
hit myself twice now in my
yeah, maybe to try to experience what they're experiencing, but you have to hit harder if you want. So maybe you can try again.
I won't do that. No.
No, but it puts adrenaline in your body.
Yeah.
And like I said, it gives you a moment that your body really feels like it's getting switched on.
But we're really talking about the physical part. Is how do you prepare mentally for games or like in a game? Like I think it was a survey they did. I think in the Premier League or in the Bundesliga that more players are doing mental health games to prepare, meditate.
Do you something like do something like this?
No, I don't. But I did in the past. But that was just every day to start the day because I read about from Tom Brady,
Yeah.
the NFL quarterback. He always did it to prepare for games. But that's
For
also
games.
for games. But for
It
him,
depends. And I think some guys do some breathing exercise as well.
yeah.
But
Have you ever done it?
no. I'm actually, like I said, the older I get, the more relaxed I get as well. So no, I don't do it.
Do you ever, if something doesn't go according to plan in the first few minutes in a game, is that something that screws up your head or?
No, the only thing maybe what I do sometimes is that I want to be secure in the game I play. So
Mhm.
maybe if I'm insecure of the game is a little
Mhm.
bit chaotic, I just try to find some rest in the first moment I get the ball again.
Yeah.
So I will make sure I keep the ball, take a little bit less risk, just to try to bring back the rest for myself
Yeah.
and for the players around me. But
Yeah.
it's not a big team. I'm not. I don't really get confused anymore. When I was younger, actually, if like your first two balls
Yeah.
weren't good,
Oh my God.
you would start talking to yourself like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's gonna be a day like this. Oh, what do they think? I didn't start well," and it would only get worse. So I'm actually really happy I've got the experience, and of course, you will learn a lot over the years as well. But I don't have this
Yeah,
anymore.
the funny thing is when I'm coaching now, I'm coaching an under 19s now team, and that's what I learned. Like we have a few key players, and I always say, get comfortable, get the feeling with the ball, and then look around. Who's your opponent? How are they playing? Get comfortable the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then just go with the flow.
Yeah,
But just get situated, good, and then everything.
I think that's really good advice, Neil.
Thank you. I want to be your assistant coach in the future. I'm now assistant coach number 3. So I hope during the podcast I can make it up to number 2 or number 1.
Maybe we will.
That would be amazing. Your assistant coach. Then you go out like in your box coaching, and I'll be standing next to you, and I will whisper something in your ear.
Yes.
And then you will do this. Oh, yeah.
Probably I won't listen, but
Yes, you will. So all right, to finish up, your ideal 24 hours. So the game is at say 6 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. 6 o'clock. What will you do on Friday night, 6 o'clock?
yeah, from most of the time from evening time, from night time, I'm inside.
Yeah,
so,
but what do you do?
Around 6-7 p.m. we will have dinner together.
Beep
yeah,
makes the pasta.
yeah, and we eat pasta together.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there always do you always watch a movie or a series?
No, it depends. Sometimes with the boys, we watch a movie together, or they watch a movie, and I also like to watch some golf as well. I like golf a lot.
Yeah.
Playing golf, but also watching golf.
Yeah.
So I think this is a little bit more natural. Like on Friday night, everyone just goes with the flow. Or on Saturday night,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. So it's a little bit more relaxed.
Then a long sleep, I can imagine, or not?
Normal.
8 hours?
I will try to keep the same routine. Yeah, probably like 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then next morning, a lot of times because it's
It's good
weekend,
to
we
say
have
that the kids are a little bit older because I have a daughter
Yeah, they
from
are
6 months and
oh,
7
that-
or 8.
that's what we forgot in the introduction.
What?
The ages, because
Oh,
they
yeah.
are
How old are
indeed they are 7 and 10 years
Yeah,
old.
so they're
little bit older,
They go
yes.
back to their bed themselves. They get up themselves, and
Yeah, so in the morning of the game, we have breakfast together.
Yeah.
And
you go for a walk. Say
Yes,
ideal. The weather is nice.
it depends also because the two boys play football as well. So sometimes, if it's possible, I like to join and watch.
Oh, that's cool.
In the morning as well. Unfortunately, a lot of times, it's also not possible. For example, if
Yeah,
we
of
play on
course.
Sunday, I have
Yeah.
to train in the morning on Saturday. So,
Yeah.
but so the moments it's possible, I like to be there and support them as well.
Mhm.
And that's about it. A lot of times, if you play around 6 p.m., for example, you already have lunch or eat together with the team.
Yeah.
So it's not
And then
hogere wiskunde.
Yeah, it's not hogere wiskunde. Is that the Dutch words from this week? Noah is not even paying attention. We lost Noah. No, it's not. It's not rocket science, how we would say
It's
it in
not
English.
rocket science.
Or hogere wiskunde, how we'd say it in Dutch.
We can make that the word of this episode, or the two words.
Hey, I have to. I'm so bad in my preparation. There was a guy. The word of last week. He mentioned us both, but I can imagine that you get a little bit more mentions than I do about the word stroopwafel. He put a song on. There's a Dutch song, stroopwafel,
Yeah.
and he was playing that in his story.
No.
Yeah, so to listen to it.
Stroopwafel. Stroopwafel. En stroopwafel met thee is lekker.
Wow, this is amazing. This is a whole sentence.
We're getting whole sentences now, so
Unbelievable.
the level is going up.
Yeah, so shout out to Even, or the Instagram handle.
It would be easier if
People,
we have an Instagram name with
the Instagram
with a
name
name.
is XSADCUPX. So congratulations, we mentioned you. It was amazing what you just sent in. And for next week, hogere wiskunde.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe it's good to say what the sentence meant,
oh, that's a nice one, yeah.
because
So
actually he said
Stroopwafel met thee is lekker. And that
it
means,
means
yeah,
stroopwafel with tea is really nice.
and it's true.
It's true.
Time for some fan questions.
And not only for me.
No!
Huh?
Terima kasih. All right, I will start. We selected, I think we got over 5,000 questions. So we cannot do...
Yeah, we have to find a way to
We-
answer more questions in the future, because it's not possible to discuss everything,
No.
but maybe we can find a way to answer more questions.
Yeah. And we didn't select the questions this week. It was Noah and Kenneth who did it. So if you're not mentioned, send a message to Noah and Kenneth. The first one, Prof. When will you go on holiday and see the natural beauty of Indonesia? And that's from @RealBivers.
Last summer, I was on holiday with my family and Bibi and the boys, which was really nice. We're looking into it to going again this summer,
Nice.
because in summertime we have more time off.
Yeah.
So this is actually the only period it's possible. So
And you went to Bali last time, right?
Yeah, they first came to the games to watch the games in Jakarta.
Yeah.
And visit some family as well.
Cool.
Which was a little bit holiday daytime already, and
Mm.
then we went to Bali together. So yes, probably this summer.
Is there a part you definitely want to see this summer? Or you don't want to do the same?
There's one thing I still want to do, really bad. But also this has to do with the right timing.
Mhm.
But I would like to visit the places my
Yeah,
grandparents grew up both. So
that's cool.
I'm going to visit the places for sure. So my grandmother was born in North Sulawesi, my grandfather in Solo, but he grew up the biggest part of his life in Medan.
Yeah.
But I really want to visit, so that's what I'm going to do. But I don't know
If it's this summer, no.
yet when is the best time to do it.
And if they
but
have
yes,
suggestions for you where to go this summer,
it's
let us
always
know.
nice
Yeah.
to hear. The next one is for you. The next question. When will Neil watch the Indonesian national team at the GBK?
And who asked it?
Who asked it? Fativa Driati.
06.
06.
Yeah, it's a good question. Have you already saved?
Money, you mean?
I got so many questions and people saying, "Oh, Tom will pay for you." No, I'm definitely looking into it. To be sure, March is what I told the last
we
time.
have to make it happen.
Of course,
But are you also looking into watching the game against Australia,
in Australia?
or are you?
So it depends a little bit with work. So it would be best to do both, especially because it's a long flight. But definitely the game in Jakarta. And
I should find a sponsor for you too.
yeah. Tom, next question is for you. Who is the most serious and funniest player in Timnas Indonesia?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think most
From
serious.
Jessica.
Jessica Leone 7. Can I guess? I think I know the most serious. The captain. Jay Itzes.
He's definitely up there.
Yeah.
You have a lot of experience with Jordi Amat,
Hmm?
who is already in the team for
He's
a
also
longer
very
period.
serious.
Yes, just like a real professional.
I think you are pretty serious.
I can be pretty serious. I would put myself up there as well,
Mhm.
and I think Jay is a good guess as well.
Yeah.
For the funny players, you have to look a little bit more at the younger players in the team, I think.
So Lino.
Yeah, Lino with the music, but Lino is a very funny guy. Rido can be funny as well. Let me have a look.
You know who
I think Sandy is up there.
Sandy, because we saw the video on Instagram when he was doing the Indonesian dance.
Yeah. Also after the last game when we won against Saudi Arabia.
He was dancing again?
Yeah, together with Jacob Sanuri, they were dancing together in the dressing room.
You can see if you can see this
I think
dance.
we have you can see the dance
That's on
this,
his Instagram, yeah.
But I think in the team there's a good balance of seriousness and fun. So good question.
Really
Good question.
Thank you, Jessica.
Umi Calvina,
Yeah.
she asked you,
Mm-hmm.
how is the podcast The HAYE WAY different compared to other podcasts?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. I think the biggest difference is that this is really personal. So it's something, of course, because my dad is from Indonesia, I can really relate to Indonesia. We have known each other for over nearly 10 years now. So it feels like a real, not work project, more a friends project. And I have the best job in the world. Like we make all media productions. So I think other podcasts are also really cool, but this is really personal for me. And especially because we're also been talking about this for such a long time and that we're finally doing it. And of course, we are flabbergasted about how many people are watching and listening to this. But even if only were like 2,000 or 4,000 people watching, we will still be enjoying ourselves
Yes.
while making it. So I just think it's really personal, and I really enjoy it. Yeah, thank you. These questions were really nice.
Yes. I must say I get a little bit more comfortable sitting here.
Yeah, I know, because you were making fun of me a couple
Yeah.
of times. But it's good to know for me for the next time.
Yeah.
I'm going to fire back at you.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
So this was episode
Tiga.
Tiga. Yes. Terima kasih for listening and watching. But also remember, don't forget to subscribe. Especially if you want to win a signed jersey from Tom. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram.
And once again, watch my Instagram for the giveaway.
Yeah.
You find all the details there. So, yeah, we end the show with the same information from the beginning.
Yeah.
But
2.1 million followers you have already. Yeah?
yes, it's
It's
getting out of hand.
It's getting
But
out of
it's really nice. So, like
don't
Neil said,
And don't forget that. Send in the songs you. We're going to make a playlist. Send in your songs for the playlist. And next week we'll be back
with the first guest.
with the first guest. Exciting. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.